A couple of weeks after the Commission on Mother and Baby Homes published its report, a similar report was published by the Assembly in Stormont, only it was done quite differently. And the main difference was this, because its conclusions were very different, but its research methods, going back to the turnstone and leaving no stone unturned, were quite different. The testimonies that it took from women were used as evidence to bring them to their conclusions once there was 2 or more similar testimonies. In this situation, we have 550 recorded testimonies, and many, many, many of them very similar on the question of forced adoption, of forced detention, of abuse, of a lack of supports. There's so many questions that were repeatedly given as testimonies by many, many women, but the Commission decided there's no evidence of that. A very different methodology to the way it was investigated in Northern Ireland, and the conclusions from those investigations in the North are that there are questions to be answered, and I believe that there are still huge questions to be answered here. And I think we need to be looking at open access to all the records, including those that are still in church or religious control, relating to the mother and baby homes and their management. We need the exhumation and the reburial of all the unrecorded infant deaths that are littered around the country, not just in Tuam and in Bonsecours, but there's Sean Ross Abbey, there's so many more, where there's unknown amounts of dead babies buried, not knowing who they are. That needs to be dealt with. I would indeed repeat the call that these are crime scenes and should be dealt with as such. And we need proper redress. And at the heart of that redress has to be the survivors themselves, not the sort of redress that was given for the institutional abuse, the industrial schools, or the Magdalen laundries, but redress that really matters and that takes everybody into consideration, that no stone is left unturned and nobody is left behind. If you can do that, Minister, you have the power to do that in the coming months and years.